Thomas the Tank Engine and Friend, Take and Play Adventure, Episode 3, Percy and a New Engine. It was near evening on the island Sordor. Thomas was puffing Annie Clabrow to Naffer Station. Then suddenly, he saw all the engines gather around the Naffer Station. He stopped. All the other engines were curious and furious. They wondered what Sir Topham was going to announce. And the good news. They were all waiting for Sir Topham patiently. Then suddenly, Sir Topham arrived with Winston. He was right behind Henry. He has good news to announce. Good evening, engine. Tomorrow morning, the new engine is coming towards Tinman's shed. He's from the Great Western Railway, and I would like all you engine treat the new engine with the respect. All the other engines were furious. Then that night, all the other engines were in Tinman's shed. They were all curious and mad. They were cross. Hopefully it will not be a diesel engine tomorrow, hissed James. He's not going to pull my coach, said Gordon. Disgusting, said Henry. The next morning, while the other engines were awake, they were all wondering where's the new engine. Then it was a steamy. It was a green engine. He was from the Great Western Railway engine. Then suddenly Sir Topham had arrived. He was happy to see a new engine. Good morning. Good morning, engine, says Sir Topham. This new engine's name's Duck. He's from the Great Western Railway. I would like all you engine today treat Duck with the respect. All the other engines were cross except Percy. While the other engine puffed away from Tinman's shed, and Percy felt bad for Duck. Percy was happy to see Duck. Percy smiled at Duck. Duck smiled. Hello, Percy. I'm Duck. Nice to meet you, said Duck. Do you want me to show you the whole island of Sordor, said Percy. Yes, indeed, said Duck. It will be delightful, said Duck. Soon Percy and Duck went with together. This made Thomas and Toby cross. Then at the Naffer Station, while Percy was pulling the coaches and getting the coaches ready for Gordon here, Percy was happy. Doug and Percy was having a great time together. Then suddenly they heard a whistle. It's Gordon. Let's be quiet for a moment. Then Gordon arrived. He coupled up the coach. Gordon saw Percy and Duck. What are you two silly engine doing? Including you, new engine, said Gordon. You're not pulling my coaches, said Gordon, and he wished away blew steam at the new engine. This made Duck hurt. Then while Duck was getting Toby's trains ready, his Henrietta and the two tanks cars, while Percy and Duck was having a great time at the Naffer stage, then suddenly they heard Toby whistle. Shh, said Duck, it's Toby. Let's hide. They said, let's play a ghost noise, said Duck. And they all closed their shed. Suddenly, Toby puffed in the station. He was surprised no one was there. And then suddenly, "Reef!" said the two engine. Toby was scared. He puffed quickly away. Percy and Duck came out. Percy said, that was great that you scared Toby away. said Percy. It was, said Duck. Sir Topham had arrived. He was happy to see Percy get along with Duck. Sir Topham had once Duck pull Annie and Clara, and Thomas can pull freight cars. And then Percy and Duck went to the docks to see Thomas. When Thomas got done pulling Annie and Clarabelle and took Annie and Clarabelle for a ride, Sir Topham had arrived. He saw Thomas. Thomas, I want you to pull freight cars today, and then Duck can pull Annie and Clarabelle. What? Cried Thomas. Why? You will do what I told you to, said Sir Topham. Thomas couldn't believe what Sir Topham has told him. This made Thomas cross. He banged the trucks real hard. The truck said, Thomas, you're a rude engine, they said. Shut up, said Thomas. Then Duck got Annie and Clarabelle. Annie and Clara was happy to see Duck. Duck, you seem like a new engine, they said. I am, said Duck, happily. Thomas pulled the cars and he blew steam at Duck. Thomas was jealous. He couldn't believe Duck can pull Annie and Clarabelle, not him. Towards the station, then there was trouble. The truck planned to bump Thomas off the rail. Stopped. He put on his brake, but it was too late. He crashed right on the ground. Oh no, cried Thomas. This couldn't be happening, he said. Help! Shouted Thomas. Percy and Duck were talking at the docks. Sir Topham had arrived at Winston. He was delighted to see these two. Duck and Percy, Thomas is in trouble with the trucks. He's on the ground right next to the Knapford station. Can you two help him get on the rails? He said. Yes, indeed, said Duck and Percy, and they all went to rescue. And when Thomas was on the ground waiting for Percy and Duck, then he heard them. Percy and Duck were smiling at Thomas. Do you need any help? They said. Yes, shouted Thomas. Please get me on the rails. We will, said Duck and Percy, and Percy and Duck looked at Thomas while Thomas was getting fixed up and cleaned up. Then later on, all the other engines were at the Knapford station and they smiled at Duck. All the other engines shouted at Duck, saying that you're a really useful engine. Duck was proud of it. All the other engines will never be mean to Duck.